Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Man accused of killing social media influencer Sikiana charged. The St. James police have charged 33-year-old Russian partisan with the murder of 35-year-old social media influencer Sikiana, whose given name is Anika Towson. Additionally, a 47-year-old security guard Ron Rose, otherwise called Early B, has been charged with misprision of a felony in relation to the case. Misprision of a felony is a crime that occurs when someone knows a felony has been committed but fails to inform the authorities. Towson's body was retrieved by the Marine Police in the sea in the Reading area of St. James on the morning of Friday, October 22nd. The police said a postmortem that was conducted on November 5th concluded that her death was caused by strangulation. According to the police, the postmortem estimates that Towson was killed sometime between 11 p.m. Thursday, October 20 and 9 a.m. Friday, October 21. They say during the course of the investigation, an abundance of forensic, cyber-forensic, and other technological evidence were collected. Following consultations with the Office of the Disaster of Public Prosecutions and the JCF Legal Services Division, Patterson was formally charged with murder yesterday afternoon. The police say the investigation unearthed that on Thursday, October 20, Towson traveled from Kingston to Montego Bay, where she was picked up by Patterson at approximately 7:30 p.m. During the course of the evening, they visited a restaurant in Hanover and a guest house in St. James, according to the police. The police further stated that at some point during the night, an argument developed between them, which resulted in Patterson strangling Towson and disposing of her body. On November 2nd, Patterson was arrested during a high-level intelligence-driven police operation. He was later charged for an unrelated case of assault that occurred in St. Andrew Police Division. That charge stemmed from an incident that occurred in 2018, where he was alleged to have physically assaulted a woman after a jealous rage, according to the police. That matter will be mentioned in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. The police say investigations are ongoing, as it is suspected that Patterson may have been involved in other incidents similar to those for which he has been charged. As a result, detectives are appealing to the public for any information that may assist in the investigations. Persons may contact the Montego Bay CIB at 876-684-9080, Crime Stop at 311, Police Emergency at 119 or the nearest police station. 1 dead, 2 injured in gun attack at party in St. Catherine. The St. Catherine North Police are now probing a shooting incident on Mansfield Avenue in Homestead, St. Catherine on Thursday night, in which a man was shot and killed and 2 persons injured. 33-year-old Damon Marlin of a Mansfield Avenue address and 2 injured persons were reported among patrons at a party about 10 p.m. when gunmen drove up and fired several shots into the crowd. Marlin was shot and was pronounced dead at hospital, while another man and a woman were admitted in serious conditions. The woman who was attending the party told reporters there was pandemonium as patrons squared to get to safety after the gunmen attack. Road deaths surpassed 400. Road fatalities have crossed the 400 mark. The Road Safety Unit is reporting that as of November 11, a total of 401 people have been killed in 348 fatal collisions. The top 3 categories with the highest number of fatalities were motorcyclists accounting for 119, pedestrians 83, and private motor vehicle drivers 74. A further breakdown revealed that 84% of those killed were males and 16% female. The Road Safety Unit said the main cause of fatalities was driving at excess speed with no regards to condition. Some 487 road fatalities were recorded for all of 2021. Dovecot given all clear to resume burials at dispute site. The operators of Dovecot Memorial Park in St. Catherine have been cleared to resume burial on a 50-acre plot that has been the source of dispute. However, despite meeting the environmental criteria to continue its operation, there are lingering concerns about the expansion. Counsel for the Red Hills Division, Keith McCook, said the cemetery will adversely affect the lives of people in his division. Mr. Chairman, it is like you are putting death over life. About the aquifers, there are 7 wells that will be affected, he told Thursday's meeting of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. However, Chairman of the corporation and Mayor of Spanish Town, Norman Scott, said all the relevant documentation have been submitted. When we enforced the stop order, it was to address the usage, as they needed to get permit for a change of use. All the required documents are in, therefore, Dovecot can do business, he said. In August, the Municipal Corporation issued a cease and desist order on Dovecote Memorial Park in relation to the new burial area. It came after residents demonstrated outside the gate of the expanded facility, learning that the operators of the burial park had started to intern bodies at the new site. Death truck was old, not roadworthy, driver tells cops. The garbage truck that crushed and killed 7-year-old Benjamin Blair on the grounds of the Clancarty Primary School in October 2019 was an old truck that was not roadworthy. That declaration was made by the truck driver, Alton Brooks, and was confirmed in an official examination of the vehicle after the tragic incident. The examiners found that there was excess free play of the steering wheel due to worn defective components and that the tires on the truck were worn and not roadworthy. The lanky white-haired Brooks, clad in a gray t-shirt and pale blue jeans, which lingered several inches above the knee, cut a forlorn figure in the dock on Wednesday, his reply to the judge muted and listless. He pleaded guilty to manslaughter and will be sentenced on January 13, 2023. The matter did not go to trial based on the fact that a plea deal was struck between the prosecution and the defense in the matter. In the incident, which rocked the school community at the time, Blair on Monday, October 28, 2019, was on the compound of the school located in St. Andrew, waiting to pick up when the tragedy unfolded. Brooks, who was in his 60s at the time, was the driver of the garbage truck that had been contracted by the school to clear garbage. Brooks, according to details read in the records of the court on Wednesday by the Director of the Public Prosecution DPP Paula Lowen in King's Counsel, drove onto the compound at approximately 4:30 p.m., accompanied by 2 sidemen. Upon reaching the garbage area, he was told to operate the compactor, which ran on the road of the vehicle, by the sidemen so they could not get more space in the truck for the garbage that was there. Brooks, the DPP said, used a stick to press down on the accelerator pedal in the truck before exiting the vehicle and heading onto the back of the truck. While outside the truck, it drove off on a high speed and collided in a Toyota motor car parked on the compound, causing it to overturn. While the students in the school at the time ran to avoid being hit, Blair, who the court was told also started to run, was trapped by the truck, which overturned on him, killing him on the spot. Brooks and his 2 sidemen then fled the scene. 3 days later, Brooks turned himself into the police and upon being cautioned said, "Officer, me no want go jail, can't manage it." When a warrant for prosecution was executed on him, Brooks under caution said, "Officer, me sorry, a old truck, you have to bridge it for me start it, no roadworthy." On Wednesday, Brooks' attorney Davis Vassell is noting that his client has been on bail since 2019 and has been adhering to the bail conditions, requesting that his bail be extended pending sentencing. Brooks will be sentenced in January before Justice Denton Pusey, who heard the matter. Holness says irregular settlements hinder development of country. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has suggested that irregular settlements are hindering the development of the country. Speaking at a ribbon-cutting event under the new social housing program in Kelly's Clarendon on Thursday, Mr. Holness said informal settlements limit the prospect of the communities they are located in. Mr. Holness said these settlements often result in chaos. He said the settlements are untidy, unorganized, and difficult to police.
It has created communities that are difficult to police, communities whose potential for growth and development are limited. And the truth is, it makes the country look chaka-chaka. So what I've been trying to do, which is a Herculean task, meaning that it is a big task, to try and get ahead of this incredible demand for land and housing. And what we're doing now is to breaking it into strategic action. So if you look at the big picture, you have persons who are employed, who have resources and income. They can go to the bank and get a mortgage, and they can buy a house on the open market.
JLP stopped short of condemning Warmington for racial remarks. The Jamaica Labour Party JLP says it has always been an inclusive party, even as it scored questions regarding comments made by Cabinet member Edward Warmington regarding opposition leader Mark Golding's complexion. Speaking at a St. Catherine Northeastern constituency conference on Sunday, Warmington reportedly asserted that Golding will never become Prime Minister of Jamaica because of his skin color. Warmington argued that the People's National Party (PNP) used racial politics against former JLP leader Edward Seago, and it was fair game to take a similar dig against Golding. If he wants to be Prime Minister, go back to England, Ireland, Wales and Scotland. But him nah beat Michael and Joe. I don't talk about colour and race, but they started it, so let me finish it. Warmington, the JLP Era Council 2 chairman, reportedly said. Responding to the incident during a press conference held at the JLP's Belmont Road headquarters in St. Andrew on Thursday, Minister of Information Robert Nesta Morgan said the party does not discriminate against any race. Morgan declared that since its inception, the JLP has always been a collaboration, including Races of Jamaica. Throughout our history, we have always been inclusive. It's not the JLP that has brought racial division into the body politics of the Jamaican people, asserted Morgan. He pointed out that the membership of the JLP includes persons of Chinese, Middle Eastern, Asian, and European descent, and they have all come together with the JLP under one umbrella to build out a strong party. In the meantime, JLP General Secretary Dr. Horace Strong told the media briefing that Warmington's comment was unfortunate. Certainly, it did not come across very well, and we have noted other comments by the private sector and other business community leaders, said Chang. In a release on Wednesday, the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, said it was disappointed with what it called racial decisive comments made by Warmington. These comments have no place in the Jamaican context, now or in the past, as it is totally inconsistent with our motto, out of many one people, the PSOJ said. According to the PSOJ, the utterances by Warmington directly contradict the political code of conduct, which state that party officials, including platform speakers, should not make statements that are malicious in reference to opposing candidates, their families, and party officials. The Office of the Political Ombudsman has since launched a probe into Warmington's comments. Please remember to subscribe, like, share,